Alright, hello everyone. Welcome back to this episode of Bitcoin Trade. This is going to be a news episode, and I saw this article and I found it very interesting, and I kind of wanted to talk about it. And looks like there's some investment banks who I guess their customers have been asking about this, or they've been looking into it. It must be very strange. Um, excuse me, still got that cough. It must be strange for banks, investment firms, investment banks, to some degree even commercial banks, um, that this just doesn't make any sense. And I agree, it doesn't make any sense. I and I and I trade this stuff. It doesn't make any sense because you know, uh, it's nothing really truly tangible. It's not uh, backed by any government. Um, its legal status is um, questionable and unknown in some parts, or how it even fits in the um, you know the the financial ecosystem. But I could understand how these people are just scratching their heads, but I would recommend to them is uh, go ahead and buy a Bitcoin. And let me go into down the article, and I don't know how true this is. I wish I had the opportunity to get the whole story. But I want to talk in particular about this part right here, where they talk about, for investors there are a number of ways to gain exposure to value creation in the Bitcoin ecosystem. And they say speculation, and then they say holding Bitcoin with the view that the currency will appreciate over time. This is half true. What they forgot to mention was not only holding it, but trading Bitcoin. What makes Bitcoin really work for me is the fact that I'm trading it. I'm literally buying at a lower price, selling at a higher price, and it's not always at an exchange. It's done in the real world with real US greenback government-backed legal tender to your bank account. It's outside of Goldman Sachs, it's outside of Wall Street, it's outside the banking, although you use the banking, but they kind of don't have any control if you're an investor. You know, the power of being an individual in this country is so great that one person has the same leverage as a multi-million-dollar corporation globally around the world. You can have that same leverage, one person. They don't mention that here. Okay, and then let me see, what do they mention here? Mining, purchase computers capable of mining Bitcoin and earn newly minted Bitcoins. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's one way of doing it, and I did an episode on that. If you're all new to this, go back to uh, Bitcoin Trade 01, go through the whole playlist, let it just ride from 01 to current. I explain all this stuff, and mining for right now, I wouldn't recommend it, but if you want to give it a try, I don't do that. And then expertise, provide value-added service to participants in the Bitcoin ecosystem for a fee. Maybe that's what they're talking about, trading. The expertise, really, there's for an investor, there are a number of ways to expose the value creation in Bitcoin. Okay, I would I would disagree. There's many ways, many ways. As creative as you want to be, you can create value in Bitcoin. Just as a, uh, I'll give you an example. Just as a popular figure creates value in being popular. Sounds familiar? Or how about a singer who creates value in their image? Um, a movie star that creates value in, their lifestyle by publicizing a lifestyle. So there's many ways you can create value, as creative as you want to be. I just happen to be very creative in the way I create value with Bitcoin because I just understand how it works and I know what it is, and if anybody else does, you would understand it too. But in order to excuse me, uh, in order to understand Bitcoin ecosystem, you have to actually buy a Bitcoin and then learn how to trade it. First of all, um, you know, trying to get a Bitcoin is a challenge in itself. Okay, like I said, if go to my earlier episodes, and first of all, um, in order to get a Bitcoin, uh, you know, you have to understand the dangers that are out there. Um, the financial terrorist, the cyber terrorist. Um, those are the main culprits out there, and that's the new battleground. Um, so, anyways, first of all, just to get a Bitcoin is very difficult. Second is trading Bitcoin itself is quite a challenge, and that's where the expertise may come in, and where you don't even really have to charge a fee. You're literally just selling a Bitcoin at a higher price. And why would people buy from you? I kind of mentioned that in the previous episodes as well. I hit up on all these, so excuse me. So I just want to bring this out. I think they leave a lot out. I'd like to see the report, um, because I'm sure it's really scaring um, a lot of the investment banks, um, because they may be left out, and if they buy in, what would be happening is they would be supporting all of us or everyone else who's already in it. So as more people come in, all you're doing is supporting Bitcoin, and so that's probably what's holding them back, because they know that the value of Bitcoin comes from money, and these investment banks, they got a lot of it, and I think at some point they're going to realize that the value of money versus a Bitcoin is, well, money is not so attractive anymore. So at some point they're going to support the rest of us, and everything's going to be flipped upside down. It's kind of weird, but that's my opinion anyway. So another thing I want to take a look at is, let me see here, what do we got? Okay, so I'm going to go over some of the headlines here. This is the one that I was just talking about. And then I want to talk about particular let's see. I don't know if I got a chance, but all right. Okay. Let's see. There it is. Okay. So I did want to talk about this in particular because it seems like a lot of the countries are now that has a Bitcoin presence are allowing or being very permissive of Bitcoin. They're warning they are warning investors that this is at your own risk. And if you see my videos, you would know that there are financial terrorists out there, cyber terrorists, and they're trying to come after you, your wealth, your identity, your bitcoins. So that's the warning. Other than that, if you can legitimately trade bitcoins, and you would have a clear advantage because you can openly trade bitcoins, and that's the advantage. You'd be working in a legal framework where you can take legal action, or at least criminal action, against another nation, another country, maybe even a bank itself. So if you see my episodes, you would know what I'm talking about. And so Bitcoin. How powerful is Bitcoin? It's very powerful. Don't underestimate it. The fact that these countries are even talking about it is, in it of itself, is pretty incredible. To talk about something that's nothing, kind of weird. So that, I just want to share that in lines with the let's see here. And Goldman Sachs takes on Bitcoin. If they do at this point, I mean, they'd be taking on the risk, to be honest. And investment banks, if they're like anything, like I think they are, they don't want to take the risk. They want their customers to take the risk. They want everybody else to take the risk, and all they want, these guys, all they want is, they just want your money. After that, they don't. After they sold you whatever, they don't care. They don't care if it's toxic, or or well, they really don't care if it's toxic. They're probably laughing at you. So if Bitcoin's such a Ponzi scheme, if it's so toxic and a waste of time, these guys would have been jumping all over it by now, selling it all over the world, which they did. I think they did something like that. They sold something all over the world, and it became a nuclear bomb. So if Bitcoin was like anything like what they've already been doing, they would have been all over Bitcoin. But because Bitcoin is not what they've been doing, it's actually totally opposite of what they've been doing, right? This will free you from slavery. What they've been selling got everybody into slavery, all right? They just made the whole world into their slaves. I don't know what to say, but so there's something to it, Think about why, if this was such a money maker for these guys, why they should have been all over it. But they realize it's not a money maker; it's a money killer for them, and it'd be basically freeing all these people that they enslaved, with their debt, their financial, nuclear bombs. So are there financial terrorists in the world? Yes, there are. And are they foreign? Yes, they are foreign. Are they domestic? Yes, they're domestic too. They're foreign and domestic. They're everywhere, and you have to defend yourself. I defend myself with this. They defend themselves with, U.S. government-backed securities and bonds and some other collateralized debt or something. So, anyways, watch my videos. If you guys don't, if you really guys want, if y'all want to understand this, watch my videos, buy some Bitcoin, start trading, and then from the exchange or from whatever trading uh, electronically, trading electronically, you can trade that electronic instrument into the real world and actually you know um, use it to purchase real assets all over the world. So anyways, this concludes my episode, and feel free to comment, like, dislike, or leave a comment, or I already said that, or leave a video response. So until next time, stay tuned. Bye.